Teams, hope you are all doing well. I know it's been a mad couple of days and we're all still getting to grips with self-isolation, and be honest with you, don't look at the news because it just depresses you. So look at football, we don't know when it's going to be back. We're still in the mix to say when is the ball going to be kicked again for Celtic. Closed door business. It's still all adjustment at the moment, but I thought I'd do something different. I thought I want to lighten the spirits. I hope you're going to enjoy this. How long the video is going to take? It could take 15 minutes, could take 20 minutes. We're going to see. But first of all, what do you think of the setup? I hope he's going to comment on the setup. Pretty decent jerseys I have going on display here. Some of them are a bit small for me. First of all, because of the beer belly. Thanks to Guinness. That poor jersey, Guinness stains all over it. Thanks to my mate Danny, ruined it at Charity and the Boys a couple of years ago. So, masterpiece, can't even wear it. That obviously reminds me when I used to play in goal with the boys down the park. And then this jersey as well. Poor son is ripping the eyes off me, but it is what it is. And then we got the pinky and obviously the European Cup. So, Neil Lennons' top 10 victories as a Celtic manager. Look, there's loads of great victories Lenny has done. There's been bad times, there's been good times. In the two tenders at the club, remarkable moments. He said when he came in, the last game of the season, when he was interviewed, when he took over from Tony Mowbray, he said, I want to bring the Thunder back. And I'll tell you one thing, some people can be very biased against Lenny when results go wrong. He has brought the Thunder back. Look, he didn't have a CV to stand with when he took the job. He done a bit of coaching role with Gordon Strachan. We're on the verge of doing 9 in a row. He started it and he's going to finish it. So let's talk about moments. Okay, I'm not going to do a countdown from 10 to 1. It's not worth it because every victory is as important as the other. Cup competitions, domestic league, Champions League, Europa League, they're all important. We all sit down, support Celtic. When things go wrong, we have a bit of a bitch fit. Things go great, we have a party like it's fucking Thomas Cook, So let's see anyway. So don't mind the sun. I just want to give a shout out to Sean for the cracking top. I know it's a bit baggy, but you know what? Starting to look like Sean Jones at this rate. He's going to love it. So Shakhtar Kalagandi, obviously Champions League playoff round. We got beaten away in Kazakhstan. We were poor that night. Things didn't go out. A lot of people were saying, oh, look, this is going to be an uphill struggle to go back to Celtic Park and get a result against the Kazakhstanian team, the Borat team, I would say. No disrespect. So Chris Commons started the obviously it was a full house. Chris Commons started the salvation back for us, you could say. Cracking goal, 25 yards out, smashed it, went in, happy days, done and dusted, absolute cracker. But it is what it is. Jesus, this sun is really boosting me up. Look, I don't have the greatest lighting in the world. I don't have the greatest microphone. I don't have the greatest set piece, but I put effort in, and that's the main thing. So, Chris scored that day. Samara scored the second one. Absolutely, it was a nice goal, nice assist by Stokesy, and then James Forrest got the goal for us that put us into the Champions League. What I loved about that game was Neil Lennons straight down the sideline, jumping on the boys. It was just magical. It was magical. It was the day before. It was the day before my first baby scan, and it was what a day, what a way to go into it. It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal feeling into the Champions League, back pages Celtic, back into the Champions League. Pin hoops. I know we had a brutal campaign that night, that group stage in Europe, but it was the result that night what matters. It's a memory like that. But what a result! What a result to get 30 million in the bank. One of Neil Lennons' good comebacks as a Celtic manager. Obviously that was his last season as well. But okay, we move on. The next one that sticks out to me, it was only recent time. It was actually last season. Was the 2-0 against Hibs. Obviously it was his second game back in charge at the helm. Second away trip in a row to the capital, back to his old team, which he managed a couple of weeks before that. He obviously got them promoted to the Scottish Premiership. I was going to say the English Premiership, Scottish Premiership, and we got results. Like obviously there was a lot of shit going on in the background with Hibs and him prior to this. James Forrest with a cracking goal outside of the box. Scott Brown scoring. The bad thing I'd say about that game was the Hibs fans, that portion of Hibs fans that were throwing bottles at Scott Sinclair. He was taking corners and all, racist abuse getting thrown on. Horrible to see in football for any team, for any player. It was horrible, you know. And look at that. At the end of the day, karma's a bitch and always hit you back in the face, I would say. Good result. A lot of people might say, Keith has bigger results than that. He's had to get than he did, but not realistically. Like, look at this. Was the road to the treble, you know. You gotta beat these Hibs, these Hearts, and so to get the results to make history, you know. So that was a good one. The next one was a couple of days before. Obviously 2-1 away in Tynecastle against Hearts. A dramatic week in our club's history. Brendan Rodgers decided to pack it in, go to Leicester City. 60% through the season, he thought, look at blah blah blah. It's not about Brendan Rodgers at the moment. We're here to talk about Neil Lennons and his victories as a manager for Celtic. Lenny came in, a lot of talk there was, is he going to be in the dugout for the game? Is he needs to meet the squad, he needs to do a couple of training sessions before he's ready to be presented as a Celtic manager on that pitch, you know, at the pitch, at the dugout and all. So he came in, steered the ship. Bit of a dramatic night. Obviously the banners of Brendan and then Jamesy scored for us, and Hearts were all over us for most of the game. No word of a lie, we just looked out of place. But thanks to Scott Brown, the leader himself, Bruni got that ball, lobbed it over, a couple of minutes to go. Edward capitalised and finished it, you know, nice volley into the back of the goal. Craig Levine's face is priceless. It is absolute priceless. What happened that day? Craig Levine just looked like he just lost it. And the banter between him and Lennon, obviously when Lennon was at Hibs, was phenomenal. It was great. It's great, you know, a bit of rivalry there, bit of a laugh. Jesus, the sun's really hurting my eyes in this one. But right, we move on. Let me see. The next one is completely different. It's not domestic, it's European. Only happened this season. Lazio away. Lazio 2-1 in Rome. What a result. Do you know what? What made this result was the shit that happened before it. You know, like, we obviously got the result against them in Parkhead. Magical performance. Fraser Foster saving, stuff like that. But their fans attacked their fans. Their fans didn't look for shit. They attacked bars. They stabbed 3 Celtic fans. It was horrible lead up to the game, and we were all praying that them fans were okay, and praying safe our fans were over there. It's the Papa Francisco game. That's what I call it, because the Pope got presented with a Celtic jersey at the Vatican. We went there. Lazio are doing quite well in Serie A, which they're still doing quite well. They're a fascist club. Their history, disgraceful fans. I don't like Lazio, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't like Lazio because what they're entitled to, you know, what they are. But James is the score for us, was a cracking goal. Nice finish by James Forrest in Europe. And then Olivier to come off the bench and score that lob. Oh, mother of Jesus, what a result. It was just like, honestly thought before the game, a couple of weeks before that, we get a draw against these away, be a massive result. To get that victory over in Rome the way it was, wow, absolutely wow. The fans were phenomenal. Behind the goal and then on the side, you know, the Stadio Olimpico didn't have a clue what hit them with them fans. Absolutely magical. What a result. Done well for us in Europe, you know. Forced Celtic manager to get a victory in Italy. Bruni forced Celtic captain to get a victory there. Cracking. The boys played well. All yellow kit looked quite good. The next one is one of my favourites. I'll be honest with you, I know every victory is always a big thing, but this always sticks out to me. The result that started all this. Kilmarnock, Rugby Park, Saturday, 2012. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Charlie McGrew started it. He scored 2 that day. Lovin scored, Ledley scored, Hooper scored. We were the yellow jersey. Oh, what a result. What a result, you know. Just to get there was just unbelievable. Look, I'm still doing this video. I don't care about the light. It's very dementing, you could say, but let's keep going anyway. Let's kind of just hit it on the nail on this one, you could say. So basically, ESPN had the contract with the Scottish football at the time. Oh, mother of Jesus, it's just a disaster. It really is a disaster. Let's move this over while I'm talking to you. That's a bit better now. So to get the result in Rugby Park, first league title in what 4 years, to go there, Charlie McGrew with that header, with the finishing, Hooper with the lob, Ledley scoring. It was magical. That was just a long weekend of partying. It really was. Like, it's just, I ended up start drinking at like 9 o'clock that morning on the Saturday morning. I didn't finish till Tuesday. Obviously this before kids came along. But oh my god, like literally I must have went through about 2 cases of bud, and then we went out Saturday night as well. Oh Jesus, what a day, what a day. I don't know if you were at like a rugby park, but what a day, what an absolute cracker of a day. Like, that yellow jersey was a beast. Love it. Having a player fit in that wardrobe behind me. So next one we move on to Neil Lennons' first trophy as the manager of Celtic, Scottish Cup 2011 victory against Motherwell. What a result. 3-0 that day. Goals came from Ki Sung Young, Mark Wilson, and Charlie McGrew. If I got this wrong, just correct me, right? Well, I can remember, right? Ki Sung Young's got a cracker from outside the box. He done that celebration with the tongue out. Charlie McGrew with that free kick on the right hand side of the box. What a belter! What a result! Like, Neil Lennon, you could just see him lifting that trophy at the end. The way he held it, it was magical. You know, cup win, Hampden. You know, good times are back. You know, you could feel it coming back. Sexy night jersey with the tenant on it, the brownie collar. Unbelievable day. What a cracking result. Move on to this one. A lot of people don't talk about this a lot, but this sticks out to me. 2012, the victory against Spartak Moscow away, the 3-2 game. Obviously, we weren't allowed to wear tenants. The black kit, the famous black kit that everybody loves. Goals came from Gary Hooper, Giorgio Samaras, and James Forrest, playing on an artificial pitch over in Moscow. Any Russian team in the Champions League / Europa Leagues are tough to go play. It's a 5:30 kick-off. You don't know what you're in for. They're not gonna scalp you, or we're in for a tough one, you know. So to go there, play the way we played. Obviously we conceded a couple of goals, but the manner we played, the team we had the Wanyamas, we had the Ledleys, we had the James Forrest, we had the Kelvin Wilson. We had these boys, you know. We had Foster, you know, a good solid team there, and lads that want to play for the short, you know, cracking players there. But what a result. Neil Lennon obviously had to wear the purple high vis, or whatever, the purple bib you could say, because it covered over the stuff. But it was great. It's just great we've done well that campaign. Obviously getting the famous results against Barcelona, doing well to Benfica, obviously qualifying to play Juventus. Unfortunately didn't work out for us in Turin and then at home, but to get to the last 16 in the Champions League that season was magical, you know. So we move on. Another one that sticks out to me is 2-0 Samaras Ibrox. George, at the time we were Gary Hooper was injured, Stokesy wasn't up for all training games, and we were short strikers, so Giorgio Samaras came into the mix. Obviously he had a couple of good farm games before that, and he ran riot. That's the easiest way to say. He ran riot, got the ball around McGregor and slotted in. Second half, slotted in, past McGregor, the Greek god, slotted in. Then he got taken down by, I think it was Brockenegre at the time, and finesse finished that penalty just straight into the right corner. McGregor didn't have a clue. Obviously the fans behind the goal, Bruni and Hooper were in the stands. It was just magical. It was a magical day. Who would have thought, like, Giorgio Samaras would have stepped up the plate and banged them in the way he done it? He just ran riot. It was a great result. It was just unbelievable. Scalping them before he died. That's what it was. And then the last one, the most important result in Neil Lennon's tenure at Celtic as a manager. 2-1 against Barcelona. Magical night. The night of 125 years anniversary of Celtic, the display in Celtic Park. People said to me in work that day, they're like, how do you think Celtic are going to get on tonight? I was like, you know what, I'm optimistic. They done quite well in the new camp. We were looking to get a result in the new camp. I think we could actually do a result in Celtic Park. I think that what's in it, like that magic Celtic crest, it was just it was written in the stars. We were playing the best team in the world at the time, playing the likes of Messi, Mascherano, Alexis Sanchez, Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, Victor Valdez, Dani Alves. These were all proper ballers. Like, they went on to win a treble and all the season before. They were phenomenal team. And the way we went about it, like, look at the stats are magical. They had a remarkable amount of passing. They had a remarkable amount of possession. It was up to the 80s. We took our chances. Mulgrew got that corner kick. Wanyama capitalised with the header. Valdez wasn't to be seen. And then Tony Watt to come off the bench in the second half and score that magical goal. Tony Watt will always be remembered for that goal. For the boy to come from Copenhagen to score a goal like that, unbelievable. It was a magical result, and I couldn't believe it. Still think about it to this day. Gives the shivers up. They never walk alone. Neil Lennons hugging the death out of Mikael Lustig. Fraser Foster getting it right into the neck, and Fraser Foster was unbelievable that night. For the team, for Neil Lennon to beat a team like Barcelona at that prime, Jesus, that's something to have on your CV. Remarkable. But look, there's games obviously I didn't talk about. There's games where 2-0 this season against the Huns. That's a game we didn't really talk about much. To win the league in Aberdeen last season, these are games I didn't really bring up. I thought the games I mentioned are the ones that mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to you. Let me know what you think. Sorry about the lighting display, absolutely shocking. Look, it's good to have the sun out, it's a bit of positivity. But let us know what you think. What was your favourite Neil Lennon game besides the Barcelona one? Let me know. Hell, teams. So close to 3K. Enjoy.